There comes a moment in every journey when the truth breaks through the fog of our assumptions, when the light of understanding reveals that what we believed for so long was only part of the story. If you are listening to this message, it is not by accident. You are one of the chosen ones, someone who has always felt a little different, a little set apart, as if you were born for a purpose that others might not see or understand. You have carried the weight of expectations, both your own and those placed upon you by the world. You have tried to fit into boxes that were never meant for you, to walk paths that felt foreign to your spirit, and to live up to standards that never quite matched the calling deep within your soul. For years, you may have believed that being chosen meant being perfect, being strong, being unbreakable. You may have thought that your value was measured by your ability to rise above every challenge, to never falter, to always have the answers. But what if we were wrong about this? What if the true mark of the chosen ones is not their perfection, but their willingness to be real, to be vulnerable, to admit when they are lost or afraid? What if the greatest strength is found not in never falling, but in rising again and again, no matter how many times life knocks you down? We were wrong to think that being chosen meant being exempt from pain. In fact, it is often the chosen ones who walk through the deepest valleys, who face the fiercest storms, who are called to carry burdens that others cannot see. You have known loneliness, disappointment, and rejection. You have questioned your worth, doubted your path, and wondered if you were truly meant for something more. But through it all, you have kept going. You have held on to hope, even when it flickered like a candle in the wind. You have chosen faith over fear, love over bitterness, and purpose over comfort. The world may have told you that your struggles are a sign of weakness, that your doubts disqualify you, that your failures mean you are not enough. But the truth is, your struggles are the very evidence of your calling. They are the fire that refines you, the pressure that shapes you, the journey that prepares you for what is to come. The chosen ones are not those who have it all together, but those who are willing to be transformed, to be humbled, to be made new. If you have ever felt like you were on the outside looking in, like you didn't quite belong, know that you are not alone. The chosen ones have always been misunderstood, set apart, and sometimes even rejected by those who cannot see the vision burning in their hearts. But you were not made to blend in. You were made to stand out, to shine, to lead, and to love in ways that defy the ordinary. Your uniqueness is not a flaw, it is your greatest gift. We were wrong to believe that the journey would be easy. The path of the chosen is often marked by trials, by seasons of waiting, by moments of doubt and despair. But every challenge is an invitation to grow, to trust, to surrender. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every closed door is a redirection, not a rejection. The pain you have endured is not wasted, it is the soil in which your purpose is planted. You may have been told that you need to have all the answers, that you must always be strong, that you cannot show weakness. But the truth is, your vulnerability is your superpower. It is in your honesty, your openness, your willingness to admit when you are struggling, that you inspire others to do the same. The world does not need more perfect people, it needs more real people, people who are willing to show up as they are, to love without reservation, to lead with compassion and courage. If you are tired, if you are weary, if you are questioning whether you can keep going, let this message be your reminder, you are not alone. You are seen, you are valued, you are chosen. Not because you are perfect, but because you are willing to keep showing up, to keep loving, to keep believing in the face of adversity. The journey is not about arriving at a destination, it is about becoming the person you were always meant to be. You may have spent years searching for validation, hoping that someone would recognize the light within you and affirm your worth. Perhaps you have looked for signs, for confirmation, for a voice to tell you that you are on the right path. But the truth is, the world is often slow to recognize the chosen ones. Your gifts may be overlooked, your efforts misunderstood, your dreams dismissed as too bold or too different. Yet, it is precisely this sense of not fitting in that marks you as set apart. The chosen ones are not called to follow the crowd, they are called to lead, to innovate, to break new ground where others see only obstacles. We were wrong to think that the approval of others is what makes us worthy. Your value does not come from applause or recognition. It comes from the quiet conviction in your heart, the knowing that you are walking in alignment with a higher purpose. The chosen ones are often called to walk alone for a season, to trust the inner voice that whispers when all other voices fall silent. This solitude is not a punishment, but a preparation. It is in the quiet that you learn to hear the guidance of God, to discern the difference between what is urgent and what is truly important. You may have believed that your calling would be clear, that the path would be illuminated with certainty and ease. But the truth is, the journey of the chosen is often marked by uncertainty. You are asked to step out in faith, to move forward when the way is not clear, to trust that each step will reveal the next. This is not a sign that you are lost, it is a sign that you are being led. The chosen ones are not given a map, but a compass, a sense of direction that comes from within, a trust that the one who called you will also equip you. We were wrong to think that strength means never needing help. The chosen ones are not called to carry their burdens alone. You are surrounded by a cloud of witnesses, by others who have walked this path before you, by unseen hands that lift you up when you are weary. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of wisdom. It is an acknowledgement that we are all connected, that we are stronger together than we could ever be alone. The chosen ones are not lone wolves, they are part of a tribe, a family, a community of souls who are united by purpose and love. If you have ever felt the sting of failure, if you have ever wondered why your efforts seem to fall short, remember this: failure is not the end of the story. It is a chapter, a lesson, a stepping stone on the path to greatness. The chosen ones are not defined by their mistakes, but by their willingness to learn, to grow, to rise again. Every setback is an opportunity to deepen your faith, to refine your vision, to strengthen your resolve. The world may see only the outward results, but God sees the heart, the courage it takes to keep going, the humility to begin again. You may have been told that you must have it all figured out before you can make a difference. But the truth is, the chosen ones are called to step out before they are ready, to say yes when the outcome is uncertain, to trust that the way will be made clear as they move forward. Your willingness to act in faith, to take risks, to embrace the unknown, is what sets you apart. The world needs your courage, your creativity, your willingness to dream big and to pursue those dreams with relentless hope. Let go of the need for certainty. Embrace the mystery of your journey. Trust that every twist and turn, every detour and delay, is part of a greater plan. You are not lost, you are being led. You are not forgotten, you are being prepared. The chosen ones are not those who have all the answers, but those who are willing to keep asking the questions, to keep seeking, to keep moving forward even when the way is unclear. There is a quiet revolution happening within you, a shift in perspective that changes everything. You are beginning to see that what you once viewed as setbacks were actually setups for your growth. The disappointments that made you question your path were, in truth, invitations to dig deeper, to discover reservoirs of strength and resilience you never knew you had. The chosen ones are not immune to pain, but they are transformed by it. Every scar tells a story of survival, of lessons learned, of faith that refused to die even in the darkest night. We were wrong to believe that being chosen meant being shielded from hardship. In reality, it is often the chosen ones who are called to walk through the fire, to endure seasons of testing that refine their character and clarify their purpose. You may have wondered why your journey has been so difficult, why the road has been so steep, why the answers have been so slow in coming. But now you are beginning to understand, the fire was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to purify you, to burn away the illusions and fears that kept you small, to reveal the gold that was hidden within you all along. You are not defined by what you have lost, but by what you have found in the midst of loss. You have discovered a faith that is unshakable, a hope that endures, a love that cannot be quenched by disappointment or delay. The chosen ones are marked not by their circumstances, but by their response to those circumstances. You have chosen to believe when it would have been easier to give up. You have chosen to love when it would have been safer to close your heart. You have chosen to rise, again and again, when the world expected you to stay down. We were wrong to think that the journey would be linear, that progress would always be visible, that success would come quickly and easily. The path of the chosen is often winding, filled with detours and delays, with moments of confusion and clarity woven together. But every step, even the ones that felt like missteps, has brought you closer to your true self. The chosen ones are not afraid to start over, to pivot, to change direction when the Spirit leads. They understand that the journey is not about reaching a destination, but about becoming the person they were created to be. If you have ever felt like giving up, if you have ever questioned whether the struggle is worth it, let this message be your encouragement: you are closer than you think. The breakthrough you have been praying for may be just around the corner. The dream that has been growing in your heart is not dead, it is being prepared for its appointed time. The chosen ones are called to wait with hope, to trust in the timing of the one who sees the end from the beginning. Your waiting is not wasted. Your faithfulness is not forgotten. Every prayer, every tear, every act of kindness is seen and cherished by the one who called you. You may have believed that you had to do it all on your own, that asking for help was a sign of weakness, that your struggles disqualified you from your calling. But the truth is, your willingness to lean on others, to admit your need, to receive support, is a sign of maturity and wisdom. The chosen ones are not lone warriors, they are part of a greater story, a tapestry of lives woven together by purpose and love. You are surrounded by others who are walking their own journeys, who understand your struggles, who are cheering you on from near and far. Let go of the belief that you must be perfect to be chosen. Embrace your humanity, your flaws, your questions, your doubts. These are not obstacles to your calling, they are the very things that make you relatable, compassionate, and real. The world does not need more flawless heroes, it needs more authentic souls who are willing to show up, to speak truth, to love deeply, and to lead with humility. You are beginning to realize that the journey of the chosen ones is not about standing above others, but about walking alongside them. True greatness is not found in isolation, but in community. The most powerful leaders are those who serve, who listen, who lift others up even when they themselves are weary. You have learned that your story is not just your own, it is woven into the stories of those you touch, those you encourage, those you inspire simply by being yourself. The impact of your life is measured not by applause, but by the quiet ripples of hope and healing you leave in your wake. We were wrong to think that being chosen meant being celebrated by the world. In truth, the chosen ones are often misunderstood, overlooked, or even criticized for their convictions. You may have felt the sting of rejection, the ache of being unseen, the frustration of having your motives questioned. But do not let this discourage you. The approval of the world is fleeting, but the affirmation of your Creator is eternal. You are not called to please everyone, you are called to be faithful to the purpose placed within you. The chosen ones are not swayed by the shifting opinions of others, they are anchored in the truth of who they are and whose they are. As you continue on your path, you will encounter moments when you are tempted to shrink back, to hide your light, to play small so that others feel comfortable. Resist this urge. The world needs your brilliance, your courage, your willingness to stand out and speak up. You were not given your gifts to keep them hidden. You were entrusted with them so that you could make a difference, so that you could bring hope to the hopeless, light to the darkness, and love to the lonely. The chosen ones are not arrogant, but they are unapologetic about their calling. They know that their gifts are not for their own glory, but for the good of all. We were wrong to believe that the journey would be without cost. There will be sacrifices, moments when you must let go of what is comfortable in order to embrace what is necessary. You may have to say goodbye to relationships that no longer support your growth, to habits that keep you stuck, to beliefs that limit your potential. This is not loss, it is liberation. Every time you release what no longer serves you, you make room for something greater. The chosen ones are not afraid to let go, because they trust that what is meant for them will never pass them by. If you have ever felt weary from the weight of your calling, remember that you are not alone. There are others who walk this path with you, who understand the challenges and the joys, who are praying for you even when you do not know it. Draw strength from this invisible community, from the knowledge that you are part of something bigger than yourself. The chosen ones are connected by a thread of purpose that cannot be broken by distance or time. Let your life be a testament to the power of perseverance, the beauty of resilience, the miracle of grace. You are not defined by your failures, but by your willingness to rise. You are not limited by your past, but empowered by your growth. The chosen ones are not perfect, but they are persistent. They keep moving forward, one step at a time, trusting that every step is guided by a hand greater than their own. As you reflect on your journey, give yourself permission to celebrate how far you have come. Honor the battles you have fought, the lessons you have learned, the love you have given and received. You are a living example of what it means to be chosen, not because you have never struggled, but because you have never given up. The world may not always understand your path, but you walk it with courage, with faith, and with a heart open to the possibilities of what is yet to come. There is a quiet power in embracing your identity as one of the chosen ones. It is not a title you wear for the world to see, but a truth you carry deep within your spirit. You have learned that your worth is not determined by external achievements or fleeting recognition, but by the unwavering love that called you by name before you ever took your first breath. This love is your anchor in the storms, your compass in the confusion, your light in the darkness. It reminds you that you are never alone, never forgotten, never without purpose even when the path ahead is unclear. We were wrong to think that the journey would always make sense. There will be days when you question everything, when the silence feels heavy and the answers seem far away. But even in the uncertainty, you are being guided. Every detour, every delay, every unanswered prayer is shaping you, preparing you for what is to come. The chosen ones are not those who never doubt, but those who choose to trust even when doubt whispers in the shadows. Your faith is not measured by the absence of questions, but by your willingness to keep moving forward, step by step, even when you cannot see the whole picture. You have discovered that your greatest breakthroughs often come on the other side of your greatest struggles. The moments when you felt most lost were the very moments when you were being found, when you were being stripped of what you thought you needed so you could receive what you truly needed. The chosen ones are not afraid to let go of the old in order to make room for the new. They understand that growth requires change, and change requires courage. You have that courage within you, even if you do not always feel it. As you continue to walk this path, remember that your story is still being written. There are chapters yet to unfold, dreams yet to be realized, relationships yet to be restored. Do not let the disappointments of the past define the possibilities of your future. The chosen ones are not bound by what was, they are propelled by what can be. They see beyond the limitations of the present and dare to believe in a future shaped by hope, by faith, and by love. Let your life be a beacon for others who are searching for meaning, for belonging, for purpose. Share your story with honesty and humility, knowing that your vulnerability is a gift to those who are struggling in silence. The chosen ones are not afraid to admit their weaknesses, to share their failures, to celebrate their victories with gratitude. They know that their journey is not just for themselves, but for everyone who will be inspired by their example. We were wrong to think that being chosen meant being finished. In truth, it means being continually called, continually shaped, continually invited into deeper levels of trust and surrender. You are a work in progress, a masterpiece in the making, a living testimony to the power of grace. Embrace the journey, with all its twists and turns, its highs and lows, its moments of clarity and confusion. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to learn, becoming exactly who you are meant to become. As you step into the next season of your life, do so with confidence. You are chosen, not because you are perfect, but because you are willing. Willing to grow, to change, to love, to lead, to serve. Willing to keep going, even when the way is hard. Willing to believe that your life matters, that your story has meaning, that your presence makes a difference. The world is waiting for what only you can offer. Walk boldly, chosen one, and let your light shine.